Well, good morning. I asked for a little bit of time in the e-blast and also a bit of time before the greeting. So you're not being officially greeted yet. I needed just to give you a couple of words that are rather important. I'm actually going to read the first bit here so my eyes will not be looking straight at you. And I'm not used to reading at you, and you're probably not used to me reading at you, so a little patience. But we never thought it would last this long, did we? I commend Fourth Avenue members for continuing to worship with us online, staying in touch with each other, and for the many, many acts of goodwill and friendship I've heard about Fourth Avenue members doing for each other and for their separate communities. We're truly the church. And whether or not we're in our building, we are still the church. And you're doing very well. I don't mean to be condescending in the way that comes across. I'm impressed, is what I mean to say. You've continued to fund our work, and that could not have been easy. You've continued to fund our ministries, our mission work, and again, could not have been easy, but you've done that. And your staff and shepherds want you to know that we are working very hard to reopen our church in a way that is safe. We monitor every day information from the CDC and the Tennessee Department of Health. We are in very close contact with medical professionals, probably even hassling them a bit as we ask questions. But we believe we can safely reopen soon, that it might be a matter of weeks if the numbers trend well. We decided not to put a date out there. And the reason is we want the numbers to look right before we move forward, not just the number on a calendar. But we're looking for the death rate and the infection rate to slow down so that we never put any of our members or their precious family members in peril. We're going to be patient, and we're going to wait on the Lord. When we first gather, I want you to expect 2 services, each one of them 1 hour long, and pews will be marked where people are to sit and people are not to sit. And that allows us to do social distancing. And as the science changes and as the numbers change, we will change the way we do things. And you'll get a video that will actually walk you through all of the process before we regather. Look for more information in the e-blast. Those first several weeks, by the way, we won't have classes. We're going to keep everything very simple until we know that it's safe for all of us. We're going to ask in the first few weeks, in particular, those of our senior saints who are so important to us. I mean, we are truly one of the most multi-generational churches I've ever seen in my life. And each of these generations esteems the other. So we're going to ask our senior saints and any of you that have health concerns, stay home. It's okay. We're going to continue to do our online service. We love you. We would never think of pressuring you to come back to a building until we know it's safe. You don't have to prove your righteousness or your love of God to any of us. We know you are his child, and we know you love and miss us. We miss you too. But we don't need to rush and then have to retreat. We want to be able to always move forward, even if that seems, and it does, seems slow. It's also done with prayer. We never want to outrun the Spirit of God. And as we move forward, things will slowly change. But one of these days, we're all going to be back together again, and I'm so excited about that. And let us pray that that's in God's timing, not ours. Stay safe and well. But before we enter and before you're officially greeted, my sermons cannot be topical at this time because they're recorded 1 to 3 weeks ahead of time. And I do that so in case I got sick, they would still have sermons that they could use and the staff would not be put under yet more pressure. But that's a problem this week. I've missed some people. I've not been able to address the loss of some, loss of loved ones, loss of job, sea changes in our lives. But there's something going on we need to talk about, and that's this. Over the last 2 weeks, we've seen video of the killing of Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd here most recently. We're horrified, and so we should be. This is not a time to try to explain any of this away. This is not a time for us to run to politics. It's not a time for us to say, but there were riots, or we don't really know. We know that a man had his neck knelt on for 9 minutes begging for help and died. That's wrong. We know a man was hunted through a neighborhood with shotguns and a pickup truck. That's wrong. It's appalling on every level. Some speak out on social media, and they think that's a fighting of racism, and I guess that's okay. But I want to challenge you to do something else. Social media is just the people that agree with you, and the people who don't agree with you, well, sometimes it makes them feel self-righteous not to agree with you. I just want to challenge you to reach out to each other personally, face to face, to some other, whether that other has a different color of skin than you, comes from a different political place, national place, ethnic place, economic place. Reach out to them. Socially distance if you can, one-on-one, look each other in the eye. Find a way to listen to each other's stories and become friends, because frankly, friends don't hunt down friends with shotguns and a truck. Friends don't kneel on friends' necks. The only answer we have to truly transforming society is one-on-one intentional love. Love one another. A new command I give to you. Love one another. May God bless us, and may God bring an end to the deaths of those in our community when there is no reason for it. Let us be the people who do not try to shout down anyone, but who love in return. May God bless us.